All right, so I'm going to be going live as well on YouTube. So I'm just making sure everything is up and running. And it looks like we are live on YouTube as well. So everyone that's coming in via YouTube, make sure you smash the like button and share it. Same thing for the people on X. Make sure you go ahead and hit the like button and retweet this space. Uh, this is really our first space of the year. Yeah, this is our first space of the year. So starting it off on February 1st. And again, this is going to be just a very informal space. So if you guys want to come up and speak or say anything, feel free to be able to raise your hand and I'll get you guys up here. So where we're currently at right now with Roaring Kitty. So we just seen a sell-off in a sense. Well, the last we would say all the month of January. Yeah, all the month of January, we just been in a sell-off. So it kind of reminded me of how we were in September. Like September 2024, how we saw that sell-off after uh it was like what maybe 2-3 months of just straight consolidation. We'll have a pump, then followed by sell off, pump, sell off. And that September was that last drawdown. And it came right at the same spot that we're currently at right now. When I say same spot, I'm talking about like a support area. That's the same thing we saw back in September. Then following September, we had an incredible October where we just went, I want to say 10x from the lows. And that's how we were above a penny. Now, historically speaking, especially in the market as well, too, the month of February tend to be very, very bullish in the market. Now, it's not starting off that way, but then again, it is the weekends. So very curious to see how the market reacts on Monday, the 3rd, just to see if we're going to start to see a Bitcoin rebound. So one thing that I've been noticing and just comparing, Ethereum chain versus Solana and all these other chain, Ethereum is not performing as well as the other tokens. So anytime that your underlying asset is not performing as well, it is going to have an impact on that chain. That's why we haven't really been seeing huge parabolic moves on any tokens that's on Ethereum. You even see Sheeb that took a nice dump, um, and so many other tokens that's on Ethereum. So that's something to definitely look forward to because again, once Ethereum start pumping, it is going to automatically rise the price of Roaring Kitty as well too. And not only that, Bone is a Ethereum based token as well. So we're currently still gathering funds just to be able to get LP, and each NFT sales that is happening, we're going to use that to being able to not only buy up our token, Roaring Kitty, but we're also going to be buying up Bone as well. So the benefit to this is the bigger liquidity that we have, the better it is going to be for our price as far as getting a higher and a stronger established floor. So currently right now we are seeing a floor somewhere around a $3 million market cap ish, and it's right at the support area. If you fast forward back to 4 or 5 months ago, we were dreaming of being at a $3 million market cap when we were somewhere around in the $1 million market cap, when we were just like consolidating in that range for that long. But now, you know, our floor is higher. We've gotten more holders. Due to the fact that we got more holders, the token is being spread across. And this is why we're able to see a floor that is higher now, especially on the charts. So as things continue to progress, and I think our X account is a huge indication of interest of Roaring Kitty. So I know a lot of people expressed to me before in the past that they're gonna wait to buy Roaring Kitty once it gets onto Shibarium. And having the Sheeb army, like, this is something that I always say, people don't realize how much uh how much people that's in the Sheeb army. You know, people who within the Sheeb army, like when people look at Shibarium, they look at it, oh, the chain is dead. Oh, there's no volume. But if you have a token that's cross chain and that you're on Ethereum as well as on Shibarium, but you're also getting more community members. Because the biggest thing is not really the price of Roaring Kitty. The biggest thing for us is to being able to get active community members. Because if we get active community members, then it's going to take care of the price itself. We're going to be able to do more. We're going to be able to raid more. And some of the most active communities, at least that I'm seeing right now, and some of the stuff that they're able to accomplish, it's all due to the belief system. They believe in their community members, they believe in the path, or they believe where they're going to go. And since they believe where they're going to go, then they're willing to do more for that community. Shilling, rating, posting. I just seen something about UFD token. I think it's unicorn fart dust. But their dev, or the person behind it, somehow or another, their wallet got hacked. All that funds that they had end up dumping into the market. And after that dumped into the market, it did have a huge impact on the price. So instead of the community just disbanding and just like, you know what, we're done. No, the community got stronger and they end up raising $3 million for the community in the effort of recouping some of that funds back. And stuff like that, and us, and I'm tying it all back to, Roaring Kitty. For us, I feel like if we are able to get unified or get to the level of everyone is just doing their part, then we could easily, take back from all the selling that we've been seeing for the past few months, us as a community getting buying back those tokens with the LP, because essentially once we buy those tokens back that was sold by some whales, because we had a few whales that left. And one thing that I said before in the Telegram, like, I love seeing when whales leave, because it definitely do give an opportunity to redistribute the tokens. If you have many people holding smaller bags, taking up that one whale's position, then it is going to make the token a little bit more healthier. Growth is going to be better. And not only that, more community members is going to contribute to more raids, more shilling, more exposure. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to meme tokens in general, it's a attention economy. It's it's heavily based upon attention. Like, how visible is your token for someone else to be able to see? Then the next question is, like, how strong is the narrative? And we already know the narrative that we have is pretty strong, because we have multiple narratives. Like, we've seen what happened when GameStop was going up, right? When GameStop was at $33, we started seeing a lot of people within GameStop, or wanting to get into the GameStop movement, started buying our token, and they were buying it in grows. GameStop started going down, boom, and that really was the trigger for a lot of the sell-off. So now, what is the narrative that we are playing off of? Okay, the narrative now is Shibarium, because now that we, since the community have voted on this like a long time ago for us to go to Shibarium, that's always been the narrative for us, to being able not only to get on Shibarium, but being that main token onto Shibarium that really blows up the chain. Like, we have huge opportunity, huge opportunity, not only to capture the market share on Shibarium as far as for projects, but when we are able to do that, it is going to put a lot of eyeballs on Shibarium itself. So it is a win-win, especially if you guys are extremely bullish on Shibarium and on Bone. And if we are that project that is highlighted on Shibarium, then of course it is going to allow more projects to come onto it, which will help the price of Bone. And everything is interconnected because Bone starts to pump, the LP and the price on Shibarium is going to start to pump, which is going to cause the price on the Ethereum side to start to pump. So everything works to interconnect. So really, that's the main thing, and that's the big vision that I see for Roaring Kitty, to be that beacon. Because again, if you look at other chains, Sui, for example, the token that captured the market share on the Sui, because Sui is still a brand new chain. Like nobody wasn't talking about Sui, um, 7-8 months ago. People, and you could check like history of Sui. I made a video talking about this. People were calling Sui a dead chain, and that's why I always tell people, like, people be like, "Oh, Shibarium's a dead chain. It's a dead chain." Yeah, it's dead until it's not dead. You know. Same thing with Polygon. I remember back in the day, people were saying the same thing. Polygon, oh, Matic, it's dead. It's a dead chain. It's a waste of time. Then boom, all of a sudden, it's not a dead chain. Arbitrum, same thing. It's dead. It's dead. Boom, and all of a sudden, it's not dead. So us being holders, already holders of Shiba Inu, um, that's the vision that I essentially see us. Like, we're on a quote unquote dead chain, but once that chain starts to pump or start to have liquidity injected into it, there's only so much projects that's on the chain. So guess who they're gonna essentially try to, the tokens, because when you're on the chain, whenever you inject capital onto the chain, the capital typically does not just stay stagnant and just being on there. People are going to look for other projects to be able to invest into, or NFTs. Being the fact that we already have a community, I could see people gravitating to the community, coming on board, and necessarily just doing the thing that we've been preaching, work for your bag. It's simple as that. Just work for your bag. And Shiba Inu, there really was the first, at least from what I've seen, was one of the first community to actually do that in scale. And for them doing that in scale, it got them to the level of where they're at right now. And currently, right now, all we're just doing it, we're doing the same thing, but just in a smaller scale. So now I think it's for us to scale up the effort, getting more people involved, get more people to participate. And once that happens, then you're going to be able to see the long-term growth. Again, it's really just a numbers game. If 1,000 people posting about Roaring Kitty and those 1,000 people are seeing 100 views, like, the numbers really start to compound. But if we have 10 people talking about Roaring Kitty and those 10 people are only getting 100 views, and yeah, so you're seeing a big difference. That's only 1,000 views when you look at it versus 1,000 people getting 100 views. Then that's what, 100,000. Like, it's all numbers game. And with the meme coin, and as you guys can see, there's so many different meme coins that's getting pumped out on a day-to-day basis. Those, they're short-lived. They don't have a community, so they're not really competition. The biggest competition is the ones that's around, that's being, because the meme market, I feel like it is going to have a major shift. People are going to get tired, because I even looked at this wallet. Maybe I could just see if I could share it. I looked at this wallet of someone who bought Roaring Kitty, and after they bought Roaring Kitty, of course, they bought a different meme coin. They sold that meme coin for a massive loss. Again, they were chasing. They sold, I want to say they invested maybe around like $25,000-$30,000 or something like that. It was one of the big whales that had dumped a while ago. Well, this month. The one that's like, he bought, let's say, like $40,000 worth of Roar or something like that. And he just like slowly just selling. He took some of those funds, bought another meme coin, He spent 25,000 just chasing, and he ended up cashing out for like $9,000. Like he took a massive loss. Then after he took that massive loss, because I've been tracking his wallet, he injected more capital into it, and I think he added another 11,000 into it. So he bought another meme token for like 20,000. Just saw that he sold a few days ago, and he took he cashed out for 6,000. So his 20,000 turned into 6,000. So people are really, and the point that I make of all this is people are really starting to see that the meme economy that's happening right now, it is a community thing. Like if you think that you're going to be able to get lucky, buy a meme, catch one that just launched, and you're going to make millions of dollars into it. Now, it can happen, but the majority of the people that's doing it, they're not going to be able to. They're not going to successfully be able to do it unless if they have some type of insider information. And people are slowly starting to realize that, and they're going to start to go back to. And this is why I say like the message that Murad is preaching about memes and believe and all this and that, it's going to be very, very helpful for us because guess what we're saying? We're saying the same things as well, too. So when people are looking out there to see what meme token that falls in line or what meme token that would resemble another one, which is SPX, which is pretty successful. I mean, they're saying the same thing, like work for your bag, believe, hodl. So I know I've been going on. So anybody got any comments, questions, testimonies, anything you guys want to add? Let me take a look into the YouTube comments real quick and see. What's going on, Andre? You got the floor. Can you hear me, Andre? You have the floor.
Hey, Random, what's up, bro?
Nothing much, brother. What's going on?
Everything good, man. Everything good. Happy New Year to everybody in the community. And yeah, I just wanted to just chime in real quick. I haven't got the chance to catch one of the spaces, and a couple of times I'm busy at work, and I just being a part of the community, guys. I even if I can't talk, I just make sure that I'm listening and just hearing what's going on. And Random always say it's very important for us to really understand what's going on, see what's going on, stay involved with the community. And yeah, I just actually just got done work, and I said, let me just chime in real quick. I missed everything you said in the early part, bro. I literally been in for a minute now. But I just wanted to just touch base real quick and just say hello, man. Happy New Year to everybody. And but real quick, one question I wanted to ask you. Um, how how is the obstacles with getting us on Shibarium? You have like any obstacles right now or anything that you think we could do to make sure that we do get on, and definitely in at the right time, because I think really and truly in the next month or two going to be probably a great time once things start bubbling up a little bit with Shibarium. you know I would hate for us to miss that run.
Oh no obstacles for us to get on there. Because we do already have like a backup plan to just get us on there like within a week or so. So
Okay.
on that front, it just that the other opportunity that we have right now, it's bigger. So that's why it's like, okay, let's just stay put. and to being able to just get it, to go into that
Yeah,
channel versus the other option that we have.
got you, got you, got you. Yeah, because to be honest with you, I think that everything is coming together, guys, in the right time, and I definitely see that the ship team, they're working, and guys, everyone that's listening, these these people are not going to invest millions of dollars to build Shibarium, not to push it, to make sure that this chain is a success. We're talking about a top 15 cryptocurrency in the world right now, 15, 16. They invested millions of dollars. They're going to make sure Shibarium blow. They're gonna make sure, because it's in their best interest. So with us going on and getting on to the chain in the infancy stage, it's gonna be big for us, man. So I'm not even mad that we're not there right now, because I really know that these things are timing, and we getting on the right time, man. It's gonna be like just rocket fuel for us, man. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great if we get on in the right time, and the team do everything that I think they're gonna do and really promote this chain. I think everything that we're doing, all the pieces are gonna fall together, man. It's like a puzzle coming together. I think it's gonna be great, guys.
No, 100%, because this is the number that I always want people to realize when it comes to Sheeb, how many people, we're just talking about on-chain numbers. There's over 1 million on-chain holders for Sheeb. Now, even if
Yeah,
you break it down
that's a
into,
big number.
yeah, and even if you break it down into bone, there's 99,000. And I'm not saying we're gonna get all million and all 99,000, but imagine us, like, look at our growth with only 1,100, or I think we're at what, 1,200 holders.
Yeah,
So imagine us getting 5,000, 10,000 holders from those,
yeah,
and those holders
yeah,
actually buy into the idea of Roaring Kitty and actually really start rating or shilling. And even if, let's just say for the sake of numbers, even if we get 10, 5,000 holders and only 500 of those decide that they want to actually rate and shill, that is a huge amount, because people don't realize how
huge.
big 500 people is, like,
It's a lot.
yeah, that's a lot of people. And to being able to get on X to really disrupt their algorithm, in that way, now, when people are pulling on X, they're going to be able to see your token. That is going to be how we really see massive amount of growth.
Yeah, and you know what's another thing, Ari, I think a lot of people are not seeing is that retail haven't really come back to the market as yet. I
100%.
remember when retail hit the market in 2021, it was a different atmosphere, and I think that on top of that 100,000 and that million, that SHIB already have, there's going to be a lot of new people coming to the space, and you know, I'm pretty sure some of them are going to be Bone SHIB and Roaring Kitty holders.
1,000%. Yeah, retail really haven't, like, you have people like trickle in, but retail have not really came into crypto. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're,
and a lot.
they're
I hear
currently
a
in
lot of
the,
guys talk about it too, and
yep.
which really and truly we might not really see until maybe June, July. Around that time, the middle of the year, towards the end. So, yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be interesting. I can't wait.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like, and just the whole connection that we're already starting to see with how Sheeb is transforming himself, with Shaitoshi being the brand ambassador for Sheeb. That's gonna
Yeah,
also bring like, we're already seeing just a small glimpse of it. He already mentioned us on a few posts, retweeted,
yeah, really
yeah,
cool.
retweeted our post about the NFT sales. But once we really get on there, I believe, like, they're gonna, because this is what mostly a lot of chains do. They will highlight projects that wants to build on their chain, and
Of
that's
course,
going to give them that project more exposure, but also it's giving an audience for everybody else, like, oh, this is what this chain has to offer. you know, I'm not just gonna get on this chain and I'm just left by myself. Like they're gonna actually try to walk me through the process. And
Yeah.
more projects going to Shibarium, it's gonna boost the price of Bone. Pr- Price of Bone goes up, price of Run Kitty goes up, and it just the whole domino
Win-win for
effect.
everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, nah, it definitely makes sense, and I think that the ship team are very much experienced in this space, and I think they know exactly what they're doing, and they really they on. I'm just looking at the way the market is lining up with this new administration, with the strategic reserves. Bitcoin supply is literally going down while the price is going up. Never before in history, guys.
Yeah.
And just really following and watching everything, it's like just lining up for like a perfect storm. And with everything getting implemented with with Shibarium and the team and everything, all the pieces that they already have and everything coming together, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, wow, this is going to be something fantastic, man. It's going to be big, and everything is just timing right now. It's just we really just have to keep doing what we're doing, raiding, chilling, making as much noise as possible, and just understand and just think about it that listen, we have a great opportunity, and if we push it to the fullest, I don't see no reason why this market we got up to maybe what 6 trillion the last time. I don't see no reason why it can't double that. And at the end of the day, why Roaring Kitty can't be 2, 3, 4 billion, market cap. And if you think about it like that, if you got even a million roar and we go 2, 3 billion by the end of this bull run, that's $3 million in roar, right? 3 million roar. You technically $3 million if you got
Yep.
1 million roar. you know, if we do 3 billion, I could, why not? Everything else is going to be probably a couple 100 billion. Shit might be over 100 billion. Bumping up there, a couple billion. So it's definitely possible, and I think a lot of people can't fathom that. But I spoke to a lot of people and seeing a lot of things in this crypto space, and a lot of stuff people never thought that would have happened, and they said, "Damn, it happened." And yeah, the more I see it, I'm like, "Damn, anything is possible in crypto." We might be at 3, 4 billion by the end of this run or more. You never know. You never
Yeah,
know.
that's for sure. Look, I was called an idiot when I had suggested that Dogecoin was going to reach a penny. Like, because I was a newbie in the space, you know. And
Yeah,
when they said that, I was like, oh well, maybe it can't. And
yeah.
that was a huge mistake on my part by listening to them. But
Wow.
but yeah, but
And it's now what 35 cents and hit 73,
yeah,
which is crazy.
yeah, because
Yeah,
people never thought Doge could have, like, at the time back in 2016, nobody thought Doge could reach a penny. Nobody.
yeah, that's true. When I invested in Doge, I didn't think that either, and I wish I bought more. I think I probably picked up 50,000 Doge for $500, and I was like, damn. It ain't gonna do that much. And afterwards, I wanted to kick myself in the ass. Like, I had the money. Why didn't I buy more?
Right.
When it started to rip,
Yeah.
I was like, damn. That was a big mistake for me too. But I just did it. I didn't really, I was just getting into crypto and really, understanding what's going on. But I just always regretted that I didn't just drop, 3, 4, 5 grand because I had it. It wouldn't have made changed my life with lose it or gain it. That was a big mistake on my part because at that point I would have probably got a half a million to a million Doge, and ride that wave, man. But we live and we learn.
Yeah.
We live and we learn.
That's 100% because the way the market is set up, like it's a lot different than stocks because we have that self custody. Because one thing about what people don't realize too, reason why stocks don't have the big moves like crypto does, because all of the shares that is on majority of the shares that's owned is owned by that brokerage, so they could manipulate, they could do all this and that. But
Yeah,
when it comes to crypto with that self custody, essentially
yeah,
you as the holder, you could dictate where the price of the asset goes. You as the community can dictate where the price of the asset goes. And once people realize that you have that much control, like if we wanted to see Roy Kitty get to $20 billion market cap, it really would just take the community believing that it will. And based upon your belief, you would hold, you would hodl, you would raid, you would shield, and all of a sudden you're gonna see, oh my God, there's $20 billion market cap.
Yeah, 100%. And I've read a lot of books that dealt with belief. And guys, belief is one of the key thing in all aspects of life. And it really changed your perspective and the way you think and move when you really believe in the things you're doing. Belief is the key. If you believe you can, you will. And that's so true. It sounds cliche, but it's really a powerful thing, belief, man. And really believing in what you're doing, and not letting anyone also deter you, because you're going to get a lot of people that's going to look at things and laugh about it and so forth. And sometimes they're going to be like, oh, well, the crypto thing is don't make no sense, just buy Bitcoin, what is this roaring kitty? And but they don't understand crypto. And at the end of the day, you just got to stay focused and stay strong and really believe in what you're doing, and don't let nobody deter you, because I'm sure a lot of people have people that deter them. It could be family, friends, wife, parents. They'll tell you because they don't know about it. So yeah, once you got your belief and we put in the work, man, sky's the limit, definitely.
Yeah, no, 1000%. This is why I'm always excited just to talk about Roy and Kitty, because this is because outside of Sheeb, like I haven't been this excited. I'm talking about Sheeb, like the whole ecosystem. I haven't been this excited about a crypto. And anytime that I'm this excited about a crypto, like I mean, this is just based upon my track record. Those assets tend to do extremely well. So I'm just putting it out there.
Nah, listen, brother. I've been following you for a while, and uh, uh, you know, you're the way you analyze things, and the breakdown and your thesis and everything, it's just coming together, man, little by little. Definitely it's going to come together with bone. And 100%, really think that a lot of people underestimate this Roy and Kitty, and this GME, and this whole GameStop narrative of how big it is. And I think really once that really start making a buzz, and also Shibarium, how big I feel that's going to be, because I listen to a lot of different people, both on YouTube and in person, guys that's been around for a long time, that knows a lot more than me, and that been in the space. And I cross reference everything, and I really see that at the end of the day, the way Bone is, I think you said it once, Ra, it's programmed to hit $100, just based off liquidity pools and the supply and everything. Where really and truly, for 250 million on a chain, and when you add in liquidity pools and people are buying and selling and using the token, and really the use case going up, and when everything really start and they really start marketing this and having their stuff together, I think what's going to happen, and I think the team is going to make it where it's going to be like Shib 2025 with Bone, where it's going to be one thing, guys, to the next. You're going to be hearing one thing this week where it's not going to, in the bull run, it's not going to have time where you see the prices is just steadily going sideways and go up. And then, it's going to be where, one week you hear Binance listing, a week or two later, you hear another crypto.com listing, you hear this listing, you hear this going on, this dropping. And I think it's the same thing that happened with Shib. And I think the team is setting it up where we're gonna just start seeing things just hitting one after the next, and the pump just consistently coming in, where we don't even have time for to see any real consolidation. With Bone, there's going to be so much things going on, and it's going to blow real quick, man. And maybe it takes 2 weeks before another um thing hit where it moves and it moons, but it's going to be back to back. And I think they're setting it up just like how Shib was when it hit. It just kept hitting, and it just moved so fast. People didn't get a chance to really even go and buy back in, because it's hard when let's say you own a million roaring kitty right now, and you sell, and then you got to buy it back at 50, 100 million market cap. It's like, damn, it's like you're gonna be very discouraged because you're gonna be like, I had that for $3,000. Now I got to go spend 30,000 to get that back. You're not going to want to get back in it. And you're gonna live with that regret, man. And it's I think everything is lined up, man, where it's gonna be hitting one after the next. And with our liquidity pool that we're building up with Bone too, man. Wow, that's we have what, 30 right now.
Yeah, 30,000 bone.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a lot of bone, guys.
Yeah.
That's a lot of bone, even at $10. That's a lot of bone, and I think that's what a lot of people are not seeing. And $10 is nothing. Bone is going to do that, guys. Easily, easily, is going to do that. The team is going to make sure that's done. That's going to be really probably something that happened within the next few months easily, man. The next 2 3 months we'll probably be talking to bone $10, and we're gonna remember this interview and everything and this space, and like, hey, yeah, it actually happened, which would be crazy seeing that happen. And then more listings coming in, more projects launching in Shibarium. It's gonna be exciting, guys, man. I just hope everybody just really pack their bags and just stay active. And even when the success is coming in, I just hope we continuously grind, push hard, keep chilling, and just make it a daily task. Even if it's 15 minutes or an hour every day, just consistently get out there, put out the message, get out roar. We all busy with our lives, but at the end of the day, I look at it as easy work for the possible return that we could all have with a project like this, guys. Definitely, we're in a good space.
Yeah, 100%. And even circling back to what you said about liquidity pool, like this whole NFT thing that we're doing, like this, like 100,000. This is the math that I did. $100,000. It'll be $100,000 worth of Roaring Kitty that would buy back if the NFT gets sold out, minted out, and $100,000 worth of bone that would also buy. And with that, this would take about 32 at current price right now. It'll take about like 32 million Roaring Kitty out of the Ethereum liquidity pool. And that would leave, I mean, with price slippage, we won't get the whole 32. But I'm just saying, just to keep it at simple numbers,
If we get
it,
25, it's still big.
yeah, that's a lot of Roaring Kitty to get away from the liquidity pool because at that point in time, with the 32, that would only leave about 9 million Roaring Kitty in the liquidity pool. And based upon the math that I did, it would put us somewhere around like close to 3 cents for Roaring Kitty off of just that one major
Wow.
buy. Yeah. And of course, you're gonna have people they're gonna see that number, they're gonna sell. They probably been waiting to sell, and they'll get out. And I could probably see us like comfortably being as far as like a floor price somewhere around 1.5 cents to 1 cent, which
Hmm.
that would be great because that'll put us somewhere around like between $10 million market cap to $15 million market cap. And if the community could just see that realization of why it's very important to being able to just mint out this NFT, it's going to put us in a huge position just for us to be able to be successful. And now we're actually like the community is actually now controlling the token. Like we're buying it on the open market because many times when you see these other projects that will go from their launch from like they launch at $1 million. The next thing you know, they're like above a 200 million, $300 million market cap. The reason for that is because the team controlled the tokens, but they received the tokens for free. We had to buy it on the open market, so it would make our growth a lot healthier. So that way,
Mhm.
once we pump, we're able to sustain that level of floor or creating a higher floor. So
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
why I'm excited about. Like if we could just mint that out and plus to $100,000 worth of bone, that'll put us around like 200. I want to say 260 thousand bone. And like you said, multiply that by 10. You know what I mean? that's a
Wow.
huge that's a huge liquidity pool. We'll have over $2 million in liquidity. So for the people who are saying like, "Oh my God, I don't know if I'm going to be able to sell," to be able to cash out and do all this, like, yeah, $10 bone, $100 bone with that much liquidity, that's $26 million. You're going to be able to cash out.
Yeah.
From
Not to
liquidity
mention
pool
that we
without
have
bone.
volume coming in
It,
from,
it,
you know, listings and, Shibarium
exactly.
mooning, which is gonna happen. It's just a matter of time. It's gonna happen. Yeah. Wow. It's interesting numbers, guys. And to be honest, RA, even if we do half of that, it's still very impressive,
It
guys.
is. Yeah. Yeah.
Still very impressive.
Even
So
with the 30,000 we already have, like that's already great.
yeah, yeah.
So
100%.
yeah.
100%. But definitely, I think everyone need to definitely, grab one. Grab one, put aside, even if it's $50 a week, and listen, let's all just grab one, man, in the next few weeks, and let's just get ourselves in prime position and be ready for the pump, because it's coming. It's coming, and everyone that's involved in the community, and I really, wish we could get a lot more, because sometimes already I think that a lot of these holders are not really as involved in the community as far as with being on Telegram and really following along. Like a lot of people, I really wish we could find a way to really get more in to be active to understand what's going on. I'm sure there's a lot of people don't even know that right now we're looking to get on Shibarium, and they're Roaring Kitty holders, and which is
Yeah.
unfortunate because the more informed you are, the more you follow. You should be, following it. Every time RA drop a video, you guys should really have that, pop up. You should be getting everything, all the feed, and staying informed with what's going on with the market, and not just even RA, just a lot of people. What's going on when the president speak, everything being involved if you invested, because a lot of things that's happening even in our in the United States presidency right now, and we got um real strong situations going on with so many people being heavily um, invested and pushing crypto right now in the White House.
Right.
So the more informed we are, the better. The better it's going to be in the long run, because you're not going to really sell for peanuts, and a lot of people are doing that right now. A lot of times they're not seeing that we're right there. It's about to blow. The pot is about to blow off the top. So yeah, it's just really getting in the community and staying informed, man, and really following everyone and following the news and seeing everything that's going on, and know that once everything lines up and everything happens, it's going to really change a lot of people's lives. A lot of people's
Yeah.
lives, but you got to be in it to win it.
No, that is for sure too. And there's so many different ways to that people could contribute. And this is one thought that I thought about like a few months ago was like really leveraging my YouTube platform. You know, now I have what, close to 25,000 subscribers. Like 99% of them, they're only subscribed because of the Bone content. So if I don't talk about Bone, they're not gonna look at it. But for the Roy Kitty holders that's holding Roar, like this should be an opportunity. Like if we have 1,000 people or 1,000 holders, then I should be able to get 1,000 views. And what that actually does is push the Roaring Kitty content all across YouTube. So as it get across YouTube, that is more potential holder, because a lot of people they look to invest based upon YouTube. They'll,
Yeah.
even though, like, you tell people like, hey, don't, don't follow a YouTuber or anything like that, but that's the reality. Most people, a lot of people look for YouTubers to provide them content, and based upon their content, this is how they invest. So if 1,000 people watch my videos, given 1,000 views, that's going to tell YouTube that this content that is currently being presented is valuable. So now let me share it to somebody else. So now YouTube is also working for our bags, but all we had to do just simply just watch a video. Even if you don't watch it, you could just play it, mute it on the background, let it finish playing or whatever. That's going to count as, according to YouTube, like
A
liking,
view.
sharing. Yeah, the view counts. So these
Yeah.
are just little simple ways that we can, as a community, being able to push out or market out Roaring Kitty to the masses. Because other content creators, the way that they built their channel is like on a variety of different tokens. For me, I didn't build my channel on that. I only built it based upon few assets because I didn't like the whole, talking about different asset, all type of different assets. So my audience, in a sense, it's limited to around 400 people when it's talking about Roaring Kitty. Now, if I talk
Yeah.
about Blown, I get, over 1,000 views.
Wow. Yeah. But I really respected that about your YouTube channel because I've seen so many different YouTubers that basically just guys just pump a whole bunch of shit coins, and they buy a bag, they pump it, and they dump, and they next day they come with something new, and a lot of times they're getting kickback from the token developers and so forth, and it, after a while you realize what's going on. You're not even going to follow them. You lose subscribers, and I think I got to give you your flowers with that. I think in the long run it's going to really create a space for you where a lot of people are going to be able to look back, and that's the great thing with this. You can look back 2 years and see your content and see your convictions and see what you predicted come come to life, and I think it's going to put a lot more respect on your name and your channel, and a lot more people are going to follow, and we're going to get a lot more attention because once these things start hitting, once Bones start hitting and Roy and Kitty start hitting, and people are hearing the stories, unfortunately, that's when they're gonna log in. That's when they're gonna tune in. That's when they're gonna, follow. you know, it's unfortunate for them at that point, but just that's just how it works. And even at that point, people getting in the roar when we're at 50 or 100 million market cap, it's still gonna be room for them to make a lot of money, because I truly believe that really and truly, if we do what we need to do, we could see billions because this market is going to have so much money coming in, especially when I hear states is doing strategic reserves, and this government is going to do a strategic reserve, and they're looking to do so many other things. And then you got the rest of the world, and China now is in this bull run. It's so much capital that's left to come in the market. Is crazy. And I think once US start doing it, a lot of other places, smaller countries are going to do it. And it's even if they're buying, you know, 100 million worth of Bitcoin, that money is going to trickle down into the market, guys. It's going to trickle down. A lot of capital coming in, which is still coming. Even Friday, I think when they did the ETF, how much? I think it was like 800 million. 800 million came in the market and just on just Friday, which wasn't even a good day on the market, just from the ETFs. That's almost $1 billion in one day. That is crazy, and that's consistently going on. And in the next 3 months, there's so much more capital going to come in. It's going to trickle down in our altcoins. It's going to, when altcoin season hits, it's going to really hit, guys. So, definitely, man. Yeah, yeah. Be informed and, get your bags packed.
Yeah, no, 100%. Because even when you talk about the ETF too, uh, because we just seen a Doge ETF that was filed.
Oh, wow. Application for Doge.
Yeah, so guess what's next? We're gonna see a Sheep ETF, and
I heard about the sheep ETF also already.
oh
I
really?
think they said someone proposed it. a Sheeb ETF also too.
I,
Yeah,
I didn't
definitely.
I didn't see a formal application for it, but
No, I didn't see a formal
okay.
application. I forgot who I heard said there was talks of it, but I wouldn't be surprised. Come on, guys. Shiba is what, top 15, 16 cryptocurrency? It's just is it's definitely just a matter of time before the ETF. But even if it don't hit to Sheeb, that money is still coming into the market, and people are going to be cashing out with out of bigger assets. Bitcoin, okay, you might get a let's say Bitcoin hit 200,000, you double your money. That's not really exciting for a lot of people, especially small investors like ourselves. It's not like we're putting in 100 million in the market and getting walking out with two. So a lot of those people are going to take their profits, and they're gonna definitely buy assets that they could 10x and 100x their money. Because other than that, then they might as well go into the stock game. Where they could just make a 3 or 4% return on their money. But guys in crypto are not looking for that, and a lot of this money that's coming in the market, that's going to come in through all these ETFs, is going to trickle down. And I know XRP definitely going to get a lot of capital coming into them, and it's going to trickle down, man. It's going to trickle down. There's a lot of capital going to come. It's going to bring a lot of eyes to crypto. And when the mainstream media start talking about it even more too, that's where retail is going to come in. People hear money. It's like, I think what I look at it, RA, I remember being in school, man. I remember hearing about the gold rush in California, and people was going over there to dig for gold and everything. Guys, this is our gold rush, man. Just like when .com boom in the early 2000s. Maybe some guys are not, old enough to really understand that, but it was a lot of money being made. And just creating domains and selling them and so forth, because it was just the new technology and everything that was going on. People were A lot of money was getting poured into developing the internet as we know it. I might be showing my age a little bit, but growing up, we didn't have internet. There was no Amazon and all these things that we have right now that we take for luxury. And definitely with crypto, I could see in 10, 20 years we looking back and be like, damn, you know, if you're not in it, you're gonna be like, I missed that rush, man. This is our gold rush. This is our um internet boom .com rush right now going on with crypto, because that's you got to look at the focus of where economies are going, and it's going into crypto. It's going into crypto, so you definitely want to have some exposures all around, man. Definitely.
Yeah, no, for sure. And with the ETF too, like if Shiba Inu gets an ETF, one thing that Bone follows just pretty much follows the movement. Anytime you see Shiba Inu have a nice pump, Bone is it tend to follow.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
if we see an ETF for Sheeb and Bone starts to, Sheeb starts to have a nice pump without any listing or without anything else, you're gonna automatically just see Bone have a nice pump. So imagine combining everything together with the pump, with the listing, with Shibarium boom, and it's like it's like
Yeah.
$100 what, like that'll be peanuts at that point in time.
Yeah. And it's definitely gonna get there. It's definitely gonna get there because uh, we really haven't. And this is just the greatest thing, and I'm even so excited about just really getting onto a new chain, technically, that have so much potential, guys. Like, yeah, it's a great thing because we have a great basically company devs that's gonna make sure they push this project that has a proven track record, and that they're not out here playing around, man. Nobody's gonna spend this much time and effort to build Shibarium and not push it to the fullest in this bull run. The team is way ahead of us. The things they got lined up, I'm sure, because they want to make money too, and they know that if they make money, the chain make money. If the projects make money, they make money. Is everyone makes money if they promote each other, and They're going to promote us. They're going to promote every project on the chain. They're going to promote the chain. And I think, everything is just a matter of timing. Once they have all the pieces together, then they're going to be like, all right, boom, let's go. Let's push 100% now with marketing and get everything out as much as possible, because we're in the middle of the bull run. Let's maximize it. The market sentiment has changed, it's shifted, it's positive, and I think they're gonna be dropping things back to back. Ari, I think it is gonna seem like another Shib, man. Definitely for the way how Shib rise was. I think it's gonna happen for Bone 100%, where
One
it's gonna be hitting one after the next, man, with just alpha coming out, and listings coming in, which is just gonna just continuously have a stair step pattern of pump for Bone and Shibarium and every project that's on it. Because yeah, even if we're not on it at that point, guys, we got 30,000 Bone right now. We're gonna be having a pump, definitely, with what we could do with the funds that we have, and once we list on Shibarium, we're gonna definitely have a nice liquidity pool, even at that time, going in. You know,
100%.
it's
We
not.
got Tina. Tina just joined up. You got. You want to say
Yeah,
something?
yeah, hey there. No, I'm just wondering, this is actually like a basic question. Um, so with Shibarium, obviously I know like, you go to shibarium.shib.io, and I guess my concerns are if I bridge over to Shibarium, I connect your wallet and then bridge over and everything. Um, I guess my concerns are um, like is if I do that, am I going to be able to see it in my wallet, or am I going to always have to go to, shibarium.shib.io?
No, you would be able to see it. You just have to make sure that you put the chain in your what type of wallet do you have? You have MetaMask or you have um
I got a couple. I got MetaMask and Coinbase
okay.
wallet.
So with MetaMask, you'll be able to see the amount. I have Coinbase as well. You won't see the amount, but you would see the bone that you do have on the chain. It'll just show the bone amount, not the dollar amount.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, because I've been wanting the bridge there, and I'm like, ugh, because you know how it is. Like you want to be able to know and hold your info, your crypto.
Also, too, if you stake, you will also see it on your DeFi. If you just swipe over to DeFi on
Yeah.
your Coinbase wallet, you'll see it also. Because I have a couple of bones staked over there too, and I have Coinbase wallet, and I move over to DeFi, I can see what I have there staked. So
Yeah.
you'll see that up front if you're thinking about staking. But yeah, you can see that
Okay.
Coinbase wallet.
Well, guys,
Okay. Yeah.
uh we have reached the hour mark, so I'm gonna let each one of you guys say something before we leave. If you got something you want to say to the audience.
Guys, you know what? I'm gonna say one thing. Roar 2025. Get your bags packed, man. It's gonna be great, man. We're gonna have ups and downs, but guys, this crypto. It's going moon.
About you, Tina, you have anything you want to say before we leave?
No, I'm just waiting like everybody else. I mean, I've been in Roar for a while, not from the beginning, but I got another friend into it too, and we're just kind of waiting. She's kind of new to crypto, and I'm like, just hold it, because everything crashed. She's like, oh my god, what did you do? But yeah, just gotta hold on to it. Just waiting like everybody else.
Yeah, 100%.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Well, guys, really
That's it.
appreciate you guys for joining this space. We're gonna have another one next week, same time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you retweet it out once we make the announcement as far as with the space, so that we could make make it each week bigger and bigger to get a big audience. But that is all that I have